Okay, so this is our second vlog of the series, and I've been joined by the lovely Shayma Jabber. Am I saying your name correctly?
Yes, in Arabic we are saying Shayma Jaber, but
Shayma.
yes,
Shayma.
yes,
And Shayma, you're a third year animal science student at Hebrew University.
yes,
Brilliant. And you're hoping to go on to a master's in the same subject?
yes, veterinary medicine.
Fantastic. So you found your niche, you found what you love.
Yes, 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 of course. It's
Awesome.
hard. Uh, I will continue.
Yeah, I mean, anything worth doing is hard, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Cool. So obviously, like this vlog is going out to our donors and those that support the Galilee and the scholarship programs. So I think I'm sure they have a lot of questions about you guys, and yeah, it'd be good if you could answer some questions, so they can get to know you a bit more and your circumstances and what life's like as a student.
okay.
So like the first question really is, what sort of financial situation were you and your family in prior to you being awarded the scholarship?
Okay, so actually, I have three brothers, one sister. Two of my brothers are also studying in the university. My mother is not working, so basically, my father is the only provider for our house. And for us, the situation was harder after the corona pandemic. When the corona pandemic began, we discovered that my father, who's the only provider for our house, he has a chronic disease. So yeah, it was not easy situation. So yes, this is in general the situation.
So did he have to stop work?
Sort of.
Yeah. So yeah, not ideal when you're trying to fund further education.
Yes, yes, yes. And I
Yeah.
have four brothers, three
Yes.
brothers, one sister.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people to provide for on one salary.
Yes.
Yeah. So with that in mind, what has the scholarship program done for you? Like what does it mean to you to have received it?
For me, the scholarship, of course, will help me in a financial way. And also, I felt that me and the other students in this scholarship are so different in many ways. But although our differences, I felt for the first time in my life, today I am 22 years old, but for the first time in my life, I felt a sense of belonging to this scholarship, a sense of belonging to somewhere or to a group of people, because I felt that this scholarship is a safe place. I can share my thoughts, my opinions freely without a judgment, and I have a huge support from the mentors, Mustafa, Lubna, Sajda, and Najda. I have a huge support from them in my education. And today I'm second years old. Second, sorry, yeah, second year in this as a student in this scholarship,
Yeah.
and I felt that the scholarship shed the light on many things that I was not aware of before. So yeah.
So just touching on that, you said that this is the first time in your life that you felt a kind of connection to your peers. Why do you think that wasn't available to you back in your hometown when you were growing up?
Okay, so it's hard to feel a sort of belonging in my situation. Why? Because I am a Palestinian and I am raised in a Palestinian environment. But at the end of the day, I have the Israeli ID. So, so this is so hard, and so always I have this contradiction. Okay, And this contradiction increases when I started studying in the university. In the university, I met people here that they are educated settlers, but they helped me, and many of them, not all of them, many of them, they were kind to me and helped me in homework, etc. But after I started the scholarship, I think that, or I think that I only saw the shiny picture of the occupation and these settlers. Um, it's hard to explain. Um, yeah.
From what I'm hearing, you through the scholarship program, you were able to be around people who understand what it's like to be a Palestinian within Israeli education environment.
Yes, yes, and the scholarship helped me to think deeply and in more critical way, and not just see the shiny way of the occupation, or the picture that they want for me to convince of it. Did you understand me?
Yeah, so you know you're told through various media that you know your nationality is this and your circumstances are this, but
Yeah.
talking with fellow Palestinians, you understand on a more deeper level the history and the situation.
Yes, 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 of course, and just the scholarship helped me to recognize that I was seeing just the shiny way of this situation.
Yeah. Um, so that kind of leads on to my next question, which is just briefly, actually, Shayma. So were you received the scholarship in your second year rather than your first year?
Yes, yes, in second year.
Okay, that's interesting. So you spent the first year without the kind of the Palestinian community that you now experience through the scholarship. So you've kind of seen things from both sides. You've kind of experienced university life without your Palestinian community and now with your Palestinian community.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So you've got quite a unique perspective then.
Yes, 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 yes. And I studied in my school that I studied in it. All the community and all the students are Palestinian, and all the students don't have the Israeli ID. And just me in this school for 20 years, just me, I have the Israeli ID. So it was complicated.
Yeah, for sure. So like, what does it mean to you to be Palestinian?
So
Quite a profound question.
yeah, hard question. I will try to answer it in a simple way. For me, to be a Palestinian, first of all, of course, that means that I'm not an Israeli I'm not an Israeli in any way. Okay, and that's mean for me that my land is stolen. That's mean that my land damaged by the occupation, and my grandfathers and grandmothers are immigrate in 1948, but they came back and cleansed what's left in the land. And that's mean for me that I have to advocate my rights that have taken away from me. Why it taken away from me? Just to provide and ensure the luxury for the settlers. For example, they take my land just to become a park for them. This is a very simple example. And for me, that's mean that I see injustice situations, many injustice situations every single day. But the good part, or the positive part of being Palestinian for me, that I learned to have a hope, and still believing it in this hope, although it's so different, so difficult. And I learned to be patient.
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's a good answer. Thank you for that. Um, how like you obviously have a very strong national identity and a very strong Palestinian identity. Do you think that your relationship with your national identity has changed since you've become a scholarship student?
Yes, yes, of course. As I said to you before the scholarship, always I have this contradiction: who I am. I am a Palestinian or I am a Israeli. But after the scholarship, I started really to think deeper in a more critical way who I am, and I see more people and more students that like me.
Yeah,
So because I am in Jerusalem, so there's not a lot of people or students that they are like me, that they are Palestinian but have the ID, the Israeli ID.
so
But with the scholarship, I have met more students that my situation, like my situation.
so is Jerusalem your hometown?
Yes, I living in a small village near Jerusalem, not in the Jerusalem, but near Jerusalem, in Abu Ghosh.
Okay, and forgive me if I'm don't phrasing this wrong or I don't know the ins and outs fully, but am I right in thinking that everyone born in Jerusalem will have the Israeli ID?
No, no, not everyone. Not
Not
everyone.
everyone.
No.
Okay.
There's people that they have the Israeli ID, who's like me, the people that their grandfather and grandmother immigrate in 1948.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
these people have the Israeli ID, but there's people that their grandfather and grandmother immigrate in 1967. Okay, these people don't have the Israeli ID, and of course there's also people in West Bank that they have nothing.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay. Um. So a lot of the scholarship program involves workshops and lectures that reinforce the Palestinian identity and foster that collective um, sense of who you are as a people. Um, is there any particular workshop that you've participated in that you've enjoyed more, or does anyone stand out to you?
Yes, yes, of course. When we met the movement of ارفض شعبك يحميك, which means in Arabic, reject your people, your nation will protect you. I don't know if you know about this movement or not. This movement is about the Druze young people that they forced to serve in the IDF, in the Israeli defending force, but they reject to serve in the IDF, and to reject something like this is very long and hard situation, and I understand that to reject to serve in the IDF is they face a very injustice and a very inhumanity consequences just because they're rejecting this thing. And today they are not just rejected to serve in the IDF. They are also encouraging young people, young Idris people, children in the schools, also to reject something like this, and also trying to increase the awareness about the whole thing and the whole system. Although they not allowed to enter the schools in the Druze area. Um, so for me, why I like this movement, for me, I don't see movements and these models every day, not because they are not exist to exist, but I think that the occupation is trying in a very, very, very clever way to convince us that the majority of the Druze people are serving in the IDF, to just to separate between us.
So,
So
sorry, so you feel as though the occupation is trying to convince you that a lot of your own people are serving in the IDF
yes,
in order to divide you.
yes, and to feel that they are okay with it, which is not true, of course.
Of course, yeah. That's really interesting. It's very clever. It's very clever mind games.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I just started to understand things like this because of the scholarship, of course.
Yeah. Wow. And this movement that rejects signing up to the IDF, it's like it's a youth movement primarily.
It's what?
So the movement that rejects signing up to the IDF, is that mainly a movement for young people? Is it mainly young people that are involved?
Yes, and especially the people that they are 18 years old. Because when you are 18 years old and you are a Druzi people, you must to, they send you a paper that telling you that you are must now to start to serve in the IDF.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And what sort of what sort of things do the movement do in order to kind of push back?
Increases the awareness. How can they reject something like this? Because as I told you, it's so hard.
Is
And yeah, it's for example, I can say that I want to reject, but maybe they don't expect my rejection. So it's so hard, and you must reject in a clever way. It's
so
not easy.
so does the movement provide legal support
Yes.
to those that want to reject the idea? Interesting. Okay. Okay. Cool. Um, that's it's fascinating that you guys weren't more aware of the movement. Sounds like deliberately you weren't given access to that information.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So moving away from identity, what tell us about your studies. Like how are they going?
Oh, they're going good. It's hard, but I will continue. This is my third year. I must to end this year, but I will stay another year to improve my grades because I want to accept to be accepting to be accepted to veterinary medicine. And they want to me to have a grade more than 90. So
Oh
yeah,
wow, okay.
yeah, so
That's
hard. So and they accepting just 60 students from the whole country.
so is this again at Hebron University?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so wow, they only have 60 places available for the whole country. That's incredible. And are a lot of people on the undergraduate course right now? Are they applying to the masters?
Yes, 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 of course.
Wow. So you're all like in competition.
Yes, yes.
That's crazy. Like, does it feel quite tense on the course then? Like, do you feel like you're kind of
Yeah, but I prefer to be focused just on me
of course.
and not see what everyone do in his life. Like I will be happy if everyone will be accepted for the veterinary medicine, but at the same time, I prefer to focus on me, on my grades, on myself. Yeah.
Of course. So is all the grades that you got in the first 3 years, sorry, 2 years, do they all
Wait, just a minute.
loss of light? There we go.
I'm in a lecture room. So yeah.
Okay. Are they on a timer, the lights?
Yeah.
Okay. What was I saying?
Yeah, it's my grades.
Do all the grades count towards that 90%?
Yes, but I open how to say it. Sorry, I'm not perfect in the English, but I will say more like the whole BA is 3 years, 3 years, but I will stay more like 4 years because I started to do a research in the IVF. Yeah, in the people.
So animal IVF.
No, people.
Okay, interesting. So you did a little segue, and now
Yes,
you
yes, yes, yes,
come
yes. I
back.
love to. I'm curious on
Great.
a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah, stay curious. It's a great way to be.
Yes, yeah, and I work now in a clinical environment, so yeah, it's very interesting for me.
So the university allowed you to put your animal sciences course on hold and go and do the IVF research and then come back.
Yes, yes,
Okay, brilliant. And but you definitely don't want to explore the human biology side. You're happy with the animal stuff.
yes, yes.
Okay. And what do you think you'll do like in the future with your degree once you've done your masters?
Um, First of all, I think to increase the awareness about the animal rights, animals' feelings, because basically why I want to study animal science or veterinary medicine, because I realized from a very young age, from my childhood, that the environment that I was raised on, there's no awareness about the whole world of animals. So I decided to enter this world and to know more about animals, and also be able to help animals directly and in effective way. I think that the veterinary medicine is the perfect way to be able to help animals.
So are you vegan yourself? Like are you very
I'm going to be vegan. I'm now vegetarian.
what's that, sorry?
Now I'm a vegetarian, but I'm going to be vegan.
Is it common to be vegetarian and vegan in Palestine?
No,
Okay.
no, 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 no. And especially because I'm a Muslim, to be a Muslim, that means that we eat meat.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is part of our religion. So to be a vegan or vegetarian, it's complicated.
Okay. But
Yeah.
it's not like haram to be.
No, 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 no.
No,
No,
okay.
of course.
Okay. But it just means that you've got very limited choice when it comes to restaurants and
Yes,
supermarkets.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Not easy, but it's worth it.
So do you just feel very passionate about animal welfare?
Yes, and the environment
The environment, of course. Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
health.
Do you feel how do you feel Palestine is doing in terms of environmentalism and animal rights compared to other parts of the world?
Uh, the situation it's not good here, so I hope it will be better. And I'm working on to make the situation better in this subject or in this thing.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, in terms of actual job, like, are there specific jobs that you can see yourself applying for once you've done your masters? Or have
Um,
you not thought that far ahead?
Maybe working in the with animals in hospital for animals.
Oh, like a vet.
Yes,
Okay,
or
okay,
or uh, or helping a vet to be assistant for a vet. It's I can't do this.
brilliant. And would that be back in Jerusalem? Would that be in Jerusalem?
So I think to do a good question because even my father and mother don't ask me this question. I think to work in the West Bank because I think that the situation in Palestine, although it's so not good, but it's better than the West Bank. So I thought to work in the West Bank and put all my energy there.
Wow, okay. So you want to be a vet in the West Bank?
Yes, 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 yes.
That is incredible. Fair play.
It's hard because there's between us there's the hole that separate between us, and it's hard to go to there.
Yeah. What's the process?
It's so long process. There's a police, there's the security everywhere, and I must to show the Israeli ID, and the people that don't have the Israeli ID, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. They must to have a permission before to just enter this wall. So it's worst, the worst.
Yeah. What like you talked about the situation in your part of the country and in the West Bank. Like what? Like I know you said that it's slightly better where you are. Do you think it's getting better, or
Where, in the West Bank or here?
where you are?
Here in the political way, no, because the people here are more, the Israeli people are more, how to say it, more rough, more rude than before. So in the political way, no, for me.
What kind of hopes do you have for the future then? How do you see things playing out for Palestine in the future?
I think that the situation will be better if there's more people have the awareness, more Palestinian people have awareness. I think that it will be better if more Arab Palestinian people start to go to the universities. Although it's difficult because of the occupation, but if there are more educated people and more aware people, I think the situation will be better.
Do you mean because those people will be more informed about their heritage and their identity, or do you think that those people will build up a skill set that they can reinvest in Palestine? What?
In all respects, in all ways.
Okay. Okay. And in terms of the the political situation, do you think that obviously what happened in May was horrendous? Do you see that as being a kind of the end of that whole episode? Do you think that we won't ever see a return to what happened in May?
I didn't think of this question. I don't know. I don't think so. That will be another time like this because people now is more aware than people before 1 year, especially the Palestinian. Like I said to you, the occupation. Oh my God! Wait.
No problem.
Yeah. So, like I said to you, the occupation invest money and invest time and invest a lot of things just to separate between us, the Palestinian, between the people in the West Bank, between the people in the Jerusalem, between the people that have the ID, between the people that they are Jews. They invest a lot of things to separate between us. But what happened in the last year happened things that the occupation did not expect. That the all the Palestinian we become we feel that we are one. Okay, for the whole time we felt that everyone is separated, but the last year, for the first time in my life, as I tell you, I am 22 years old, but for the first time in my life, I see and I felt that we all, the Palestinian, felt that we are one and we have one enemy, which is the occupation. So yeah, I don't think that this will happen another time because the awareness in the Palestinian nation is more better now.
Yeah.
before.
100%. Yeah, like, is there anything that you would like to say to our supporters, or I'm sure you've educated them a lot about your circumstances and what it's like as a Palestinian student in Jerusalem. But like, do you have a message at all?
Yes, I want to tell you thanks, really thanks from my heart. I think that this is a very, very, very good opportunity to students that their situation like me, that they are Palestinian but they have the Israeli ID. You are doing a very, very good thing and have a very good impact here in our society. So although you are in another land, but you are affecting in a good way here in our country. So thanks.
Oh, you're very welcome. That's a lovely message. Yeah, I mean that's all the questions that I had, Shayma. Um, anything that you wanted to ask me or anything?
I just want to say that sorry for my English.
Not at all, not at all. I can understand you perfectly.
Okay. And I was also nervous, but
No, no, you didn't come across as nervous. You're very articulate, so thank you for that.
thank you.
No worries. All right, I'm gonna go now, but enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.